Yukon is the smallest and westernmost of Canada's 3 territories. It also is the least populated province or territory in Canada, with a population of 35,874 people as of the 2016 census. Whitehorse, the territorial capital, is the largest settlement in any of the 3 territories. Yukon was split from the Northwest Territories in 1898 as the Yukon Territory. The federal government's Yukon Act, which received royal assent on March 27, 2002, established Yukon as the territory's official name. Though Yukon Territory is also still popular in usage and Canada Post continues to use the territory's internationally approved postal abbreviation of YUT. Though officially bilingual, the Yukon government also recognizes First Nations languages. At 5,959 meters, Yukon's Mount Logan, in Kluane National Park and Reserve, is the highest mountain in Canada and the second highest on the North American continent. Most of Yukon has a subarctic climate, characterized by long, cold winters and brief, warm summers. The Arctic Ocean coast has a tundra climate. Notable rivers include the Yukon River, as well as the Pali, Stewart, Peel, White, and Tatchenshini rivers. The territory is named after the Yukon River, the longest river in the Yukon. The name itself is from a contraction of the words in the Gwiking phrase Chugeiha, which means white water river and refers to the pale color of glacial runoff in the Yukon River. The territory is the approximate shape of a right triangle, bordering the U.S. state of Alaska to the west and northwest for 1,210 kilometers, mostly along longitude 141 degrees west. The Northwest Territories to the east and British Columbia to the south. Its northern coast is on the Beaufort Sea. Its ragged eastern boundary mostly follows the divide between the Yukon Basin and the Mackenzie River drainage basin to the east in the Mackenzie Mountains. Most of the territory is in the watershed of its namesake, the Yukon River. The southern Yukon is dotted with a large number of large, long and narrow glacier-fed alpine lakes, most of which flow into the Yukon River system. The larger lakes include Teslin Lake, Atlin Lake, Tagish Lake, Mars Lake, Lake Labage, Kusawa Lake and Kluane Lake. Bennett Lake on the Klondike Gold Rush Trail is a lake flowing into Nurse Lake, with the greater part of its area within Yukon. Other watersheds in the territory include the Mackenzie River, the Peel watershed and the Ulsake Tatchenshini, and a number of rivers flowing directly into the Beaufort Sea. The 2 main Yukon rivers flowing into the Mackenzie in the Northwest Territories are the Liard River in the southeast and the Peel River and its tributaries in the northeast. Canada's highest point, Mount Logan, is in the territory's southwest. Mount Logan and a large part of Yukon's southwest are in Kluane National Park and Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Other national parks include Iwawik National Park and Wunchut National Park in the north. Notable widespread tree species within Yukon are the black spruce and white spruce. Many trees are stunted because of the short growing season and severe climate. While the average winter temperature in Yukon is mild by Canadian Arctic standards, no other place in North America gets as cold as Yukon during extreme cold snaps. The temperature has dropped down to -60 degrees Celsius 3 times. 1947, 1952, and 1968. The most extreme cold snap occurred in February 1947 when the abandoned town of Snag dropped down to -63.0 degrees Celsius. Unlike most of Canada where the most extreme heat waves occur in July, August, and even September, Yukon's extreme heat tends to occur in June and even May. Yukon has recorded 36 degrees Celsius in May 1983. The old record was finally broken 21 years later in June 2004 when the Mayo Road weather station, located just northwest of Whitehorse, recorded a temperature of 36.5 degrees Celsius. Long before the arrival of Europeans, central and southern Yukon was populated by First Nations people, and the area escaped glaciation. Sites of archaeological significance in Yukon hold some of the earliest evidence of the presence of human habitation in North America. The sites safeguard the history of the first people and the earliest First Nations of the Yukon. The volcanic eruption of Mount Churchill in approximately 800 AD in what is now the U.S. state of Alaska blanketed southern Yukon with a layer of ash which can still be seen along the Klondike Highway, and which forms part of the oral tradition of First Nations peoples in Yukon and further south in Canada. Coastal and inland First Nations had extensive trading networks. European incursions into the area began early in the 19th century with the fur trade, followed by missionaries. By the 1870s and 1880s, gold miners began to arrive. This drove a population increase that justified the establishment of a police force. Just in time for the start of the Klondike Gold Rush in 1897. The increased population coming with the gold rush led to the separation of the